Hello everybody and welcome back again to Let's Play Fallout New Vegas. We have finally arrived at Caesar's camp and we're going to talk to Caesar today. But of course I will first explore this place a little bit, see if I can find people to talk to, maybe do a little bit of reconnaissance, and then we will seek out Caesar to talk to him. So what about this blacksmith, for example?
Hold your tongue, wastrel.
Okay, apparently he doesn't have anything to say. Oh, this guy has a name. What about him?
What do you want from me, woman? I'm in charge of the arena, not the cooking pots.
Well, aren't you an edgy one? Let's see. I'd like to fight in the arena. Tell me more about the arena. Do you have a problem with women? I think everyone here has problems with women. But yeah, sure. Tell me more about the arena.
Such as?
What are the rules?
Light armor and machetes only. The challenger, the one who asks to enter the arena, may be pitted against one or more opponents. All matches continue until one side is dead. No exceptions.
Okay, well that's straightforward enough. And what do you do here?
I set up the fights, keep track of prisoners available, and make sure the arena's cleaned up.
Okay. And who exactly does the fighting?
Most of the time, it's some young legionary trying to make a name for himself, hoping to get noticed by Caesar or the Praetorians. We pit slaves or prisoners against each other once in a while, but it's not much of a show. They're usually too reluctant to kill each other.
I wonder why. Also, a legionary against a slave is not much of a challenge either, huh? Okay, that's apparently all I can ask.
Like what?
So yeah, do you have a problem with women?
Women are beneath notice, as Caesar has taught us. I'm only allowing you to speak to me because you are Caesar's guest. I may yet, if Caesar commands it.
You may yet what? Okay, but whatever. I wonder if they would let me fight in the arena. My guess is that the answer is going to be no.
Know your place, woman. Unlike the profligates of the NCR, only men fight in the Legion.
Okay, well, I guess that was to be expected. Well, in that case,
Go.
Goodbye. But, guess I will check out the arena anyway. Well, not much to see here, though. Okay, well, let's see. We have some people over here.
The camps are getting crowded. The new slave girls are quite beautiful.
That's too much info. Siri, okay, who are you?
A free woman. It's been a while since I've seen a woman who wasn't a slave. I forget myself. Are you injured?
No, I'm not. So, you're a doctor?
I never finished my training. The Legion saw to that when they overran my town. I do know basic first aid, but I've had to rely on tribal remedies to treat illnesses and injuries. Healing powders and all that. I'm always running low on Xanderroot. Plenty of Brock flowers, though.
Okay. Survival 20. You are using 1 Brock flower per Xanderroot, right? Are you? I mean, this is like the first time I believe that I see a survival skill check, and I can actually pass this one, even though my survival skill is not very great.
Oh, I've been using 2 roots per flower. Thanks to you, I'll be able to create twice as much healing powder per day.
You're welcome, I guess. Oh, well, that actually gave me more fame. But I'm glad to help this poor woman. And apparently, the medicine in this place is rather basic. I'd like some healing powder. I have some questions about you. Yeah, let's ask a few questions.
What do you want to know?
So where are you from?
A small town in New Mexico. The Legion burned it a few years back. That's how I ended up here.
I see. So you have been captured as a slave.
3 years and counting. If I could just get across the river, I'd be free. Not that I'd try it. I've seen what happens when you get caught.
Okay, yeah, I'm afraid at the moment I can't really help you here. How are women treated around here? Well, I got a pretty good impression of that already.
We're property. If you're too young or too old, the men usually leave you alone. Usually. You ought to be careful yourself. I overheard some of the legionaries talking about trying you out.
Well, thanks for the warning. Let's talk about something else.
All right.
I don't really need healing powder. I mean, I have stim packs. Why should I resort to healing powder? But, I don't know, maybe just to give her some business.
I can only do that if you're a friend of the Legion. I don't want to get crucified.
Okay, well, in that case, of course, I don't need your healing powder. We don't want you to get crucified, obviously.
Okay.
Alright, let's just leave. I guess I can't really do anything to help her in the situation. So, what are you eating? Brahmin steak. Well, that's pretty basic. And you're just a normal NPC. Okay, let's move on. Huh. Apparently they're roasting the Brahmin here. Okay. So, I'm guessing that Caesar is... yeah, he's in that tent on top of that little hill, I suppose. But again, before we go and talk to him, let's make sure we have explored the rest of the camp. And again, most of these tents are empty. Considering the size of this place, the number of soldiers is not that great. But I mean, that's why I'm doing this, right? Reconnaissance. Just to figure out how strong they are and how this place looks like. Okay, we have a number of people down here. But again, most of the tents seem to be empty. Okay. Let's have a look at the people down here.
I'm looking forward to getting sent across the river.
Move along.
But none of them is like any kind of special, so... can't really talk to them.
None may enter without Caesar's permission.
Open door to weather monitoring station requires key. Okay. Obviously can't get inside here. And I'm not really seeing anything of interest in here. Just a bunch of empty tents. I mean, your legion seems to be a bit of a mirage. Or are you going to attack the NCR with a number of empty tents? Anyway, guess we're going to check out this side of the hill too. And then we will go and talk to Caesar. Legion Explorer. Oh, this
Alwyn,
guy
true to
has a
Caesar.
name. Can we talk to you? Yes.
Outsiders are a rare sight at the fort. Step carefully around here and you might just leave alive. I'm Antony, Master of the Hounds.
Okay, I have questions.
Yeah?
First of all, why do you talk like this? Secondly, why is your name not properly Romanized? I mean, all the Legion people I've met so far made it a point to use a proper Latin pronunciation for Caesar. And you're called Antony and not Antonius? That is disappointing. But okay, let's ask a few questions here. Where does the Legion get its dogs?
We breed them mostly, but sometimes we get some good ones from Denver. That whole city is overrun with them.
Okay. I wonder if that is some kind of inside joke. And do you train these dogs?
Been doing it since I was a boy. The mongrels know to listen up when I start talking to them.
Okay, well, that's good for you, I guess.
Okay.
I had some questions. Nice dog. I believe there were more questions, but sure, let's use this option too.
Lupa. Yes, she's the mother of a lot of our best dogs. She's getting old, but she's still a tough old bitch. Aren't you, girl?
I'm sure
Yeah.
she is. Well, I'm glad to see that at least you're not discriminating against female dogs, so I'll take the win.
Yeah?
Tell me about yourself.
I've been around dogs all my life. They're my life. Always were. All the way back when I was a tribal. One of the hangdogs outside Denver.
Hangdogs?
Dogs roamed that city. Our tribe made peace with them. Thought they were our spirit animals. Helped us hunt. Provided for us in some lean times. Then the Legion came. Good thing, too. Stronger now. Don't need those beliefs anymore.
You don't seem to be all that convinced, though. I mean, judging from the tone of your voice.
Yeah?
So how exactly did you end up joining the Legion? I guess they captured your tribe and you were forced to join. I mean, that would make sense, right?
When the Legion showed up, we fought. Most tribes did. Hangdogs hung out longer than most. Broke us by throwing our dogs on the fire. So we gave up. Our elders couldn't bear the idea of our spirit animals burning in the afterlife. Caesar was impressed enough to conscript us. Use our skills with dogs to join the Legion as hound masters.
Well, that's actually kind of sad. So they would even kill dogs to make people join the Legion. Okay, well, I guess that's all I can ask. Let's move on.
Later.
But you're still kind of weird. And your mannerisms and speech patterns are weird. But okay, I guess I have seen more or less everything now. So let's head over to the big tent over here.
You must enter Caesar's tent alone. Anyone else must remain outside.
Okay. Praetorian Guard, I see. So you're Caesar's personal guard?
You must enter Caesar's tent alone. Anyone else must remain outside.
Oh, so I have to tell my companions to wait here. Okay, sure, let's do it. Yes, please wait here.
Okay. Just don't be gone long. I sunburn easily.
I'll try to make it quick. And I guess Edie has to stay as well. Okay. Let's go and meet the famous Caesar. Alright, there we go. It's Caesar himself. But, again, before we talk to him, let's have a quick look around here and see if, there's anything of interest. Ooh, what is this? It's a map. And I'm going to assume this over here is Hoover Dam. But, I mean, the map doesn't really tell me much else, so it's not really all that useful. And all of this is not really interesting. This is just another map of Hoover Dam. But let's have a look at this place over here as well. Yeah, just the same map again. Oh, look at that. This is different. And it's not restricted, so
The new slave girls are
I
quite
should be able to
beautiful.
take it without repercussions, right? Right? Let's try it. Okay, that worked. And it added a note. Let's see. Legion Slave Ledger. This ledger is an extensive record of the Legion's prior dealings with the tribal societies it has encountered in its expansion. Of particular interest is the fate of the Twisted Hair tribe of Arizona, who formed an alliance with Caesar to serve as his army scouts during the conquest of that region. Once the Arizona wastes were pacified, the Legion turned on its erstwhile allies, stripped them of their tribal identity, and forced them into slavery. Those who resisted were crucified along the remains of Interstate 40. Well, that's a red flag here. Apparently you can't count on their gratitude or leniency if you help them. So take note, Hera. Once you are no longer useful to them, I'm pretty sure this is going to happen to you as well. Okay. What about the people here?
True to Kaiser.
Oh, it's him again. Vulpes Inculta. And he kinda looks different every time I see him. Maybe because he doesn't wear his sunglasses this time. and Lucius. Well, but before I talk to any of these guys, let's just talk to the big guy himself. So, this is the infamous Caesar. I guess he does kind of look like Caesar, although his throne looks a bit more like the throne of some tribal barbarian warlord and not an emperor. But okay, let's talk.
You're the courier who caused so much trouble for my legion, and yet you dare come before me. Years of meticulous scheming to place a mole at Camp McCarran. Wasted.
Right, I did
So
that.
tell me this, because I really want to know. I am feared, with good reason. But you, of all people, dare to come here and stand before me, the mighty Caesar. What were you thinking?
Well, you kinda invited me. Terrifying presence that I'd decorate this tent with your guts. Tempting, very tempting, but I feel that this would cut our conversation a little bit short. So if I want to talk to him, that's maybe not the best option to start with. You guaranteed my safety. Yeah, I guess he did, but we've seen in that letter what their guarantees are worth, so I shouldn't rely on that, I'm sure. Mr. House sent me to infiltrate your camp. That's pretty straightforward. I need to get that platinum chip back. Yeah, I do. I mean, I didn't come here to get the platinum chip because I already had it before, but I certainly need it back now. I had to see the mighty Caesar with my own eyes. I would use this in like a sarcastic sense, but I feel that it's supposed to be serious. And I can just attack him. Yeah, I don't know. I would like to have that platinum chip back, please.
We'll talk about the platinum chip when the time comes. In the meantime, you do know why I wanted to meet you, right?
No.
A man nearly kills you, so you track him across the breadth of the Mojave. You arrive on the strip and waltz into the Lucky 38 like someone left you a key under the doormat. You assassinate the head of the chairman in his own casino and get away with it. Then something happens to Mr. House's robot, some kind of military upgrade. When you set your mind to something, you get results. I like that. The question is, are you ready to get started?
Get started doing what? Can you be a little bit more precise? How may I serve your legion, Caesar? What were you looking to start? Yeah, that's a good question. Just give me back the platinum chip and I'll be on my way. How do you know so much about me? Well, I suppose I have a bit of a reputation and it has reached Caesar's ears. But yeah, maybe you should tell me more about what exactly you're planning.
The time is fast approaching when my legion will assault the Great Dam and invade the West. Before that happens, I want Mr. House knocked out of the game. A quick 1-2 punch, with you doing the punching.
Okay, but why me? I mean, I was an infamous enemy of the Legion before you invited me here. And, if I might add, I'm just a physically and intellectually inferior woman, right? Certainly you have capable people yourself. Anyway, what are my options here? What do I have to do? Yeah, tell me more about it, I suppose.
Down the hill, at the west edge of camp, is an old building. It was here when the fort was taken in 2277. Inside the building is a hatch.
Okay.
And inside that hatch are 2 steel doors that bear the sigil of the Lucky 38
I
Casino.
see.
Now that same sigil is on the platinum chip you were carrying. Isn't that interesting? Even more interesting, there's a slot about the same size as the chip on the console that opens the hatch. So you know what I think? I think the platinum chip opens those doors. Doors that can't be pried open, or drilled open, or blasted open. Because all that, I tried.
Okay, so this is basically the same thing that Mr. House told me about and why he sent me here with a platinum chip. However, you already have the platinum chip, so you could have one of your own people do it. Still doesn't explain why you want me to do it. But okay, let's not question this. So what exactly do you want me to do once I'm inside?
I want you to destroy whatever you find in there. And then I want you to come back here and tell me about it. So go to the building and take this
Ooh.
fucking platinum chip with you. My legionaries will meet you there, with your weapons and equipment.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Okay.
Come back when you've destroyed whatever you find down in that bunker.
So basically, I kinda have to make a decision now whether I want to follow through with Mr. House's plan or his plan. Interesting. Okay, but before we leave, can I talk to you again?
We'll talk again when you've destroyed whatever is down in that bunker. Not
Okay,
before.
I can't. But maybe I can talk to the other people here.
Some of the slaves have been spreading stories about the burned man again.
Okay. I would be interested in hearing these stories.
I suspect you'll be a valuable asset to the Legion. Assuming you're really on our side, of course.
Why would you even think that I'm on your side? Do you remember how many legionnaires I've killed? And I'm only here out of courtesy because you invited me. And suddenly you think that I'm on your side? You are very, very strange. Was there something you needed me to do? Well, I guess I can ask. I'm just going to play along for now and see how much info I can get out of these people.
There's a gambler, Martina Grosbeck, who has a knack for learning other people's secrets and passing that information along for a price. The Omertas, who run Gomorrah, have become suspicious of Martina's frequent visits to their casino. Soon they'll pay her a visit of their own.
I mean, people visiting a casino very often is not exactly suspicious. I mean, a lot of people have a gambling habit. But I guess I can check up on her. I mean, this might be an interesting quest, even if I don't intend to help the Legion. Because if this person is just selling information to the Legion, they might be inclined to sell information to me. Because they're not doing it out of loyalty to the Legion, just for the money, right? But yeah, that's a good question too. Why can't you take care of this yourself? I mean, I've seen you in New Vegas, so you can just waltz in there if you're properly dressed up.
I prefer to handle these matters through intermediaries, such as yourself.
Okay, whatever. So, what's in it for me?
Besides the gratitude of the Legion? Don't worry. You'll be paid in coin or caps.
Well, as far as I've seen in that ledger of yours, your gratitude doesn't seem to be worth anything. But I guess I would take caps as well. But like I said, I probably won't be doing this to help them. Anyway, I'm going to accept the quest for now and we'll see what we can do with it later.
Good. Martina frequents the Vault 21 gift shop on the Strip. Hurry along, and she still may be in one piece by the time you get there.
Okay. I will look into it. Anyway, I want to talk to the other guy as well, Lucius.
It is a great honor for anyone outside the Legion to get an audience with Caesar.
So I've been told. Is there anything that you need me to do? Again, let's just play along and maybe pick up some quests here that we may or may not do.
We recently obtained an artillery weapon, but we don't have the part or the skill to fix it.
Really? And you think that I have the skill? Where did you get the gun anyway? What do you need artillery for? Well, what do you usually use artillery for? To shoot people. But yeah, where did you get the gun?
The trader Dale Barton salvaged it from a military base in Arizona. Yuma, I believe.
Okay, a trader. And let's ask the obvious question too, I suppose.
The best marksmen of the NCR are usually at the rear of any battle. The gun will allow us to strike at them.
Okay, so you want to use the artillery to basically fire over the NCR and hit the back of their soldiers. I see. Again, let's just go along with it for the time being.
The tribe calling themselves the Boomers is obsessed with such weapons, I've been told. You can probably find a spare firing mechanism there.
Okay, so I'm supposed to find the spare parts for you. Get a replacement firing mechanism for the Legion's artillery, alright. But I do have a bunch of more questions. Is there anything you can tell me about the Legate? Who's the Legate?
He's the best warrior in the Legion. A full legionary by the time he was 12, he's never lost a battle. Had the Legate been in command during the Battle of Hoover Dam, the Legion would have won. I have no doubt about that.
So why wasn't he in command during that battle? Are you the Legion's second in command? Are you?
No. Legate Lanius is
so that's the
Caesar's
Legate.
second. The Legate replaced the Burned Man after the Legion's defeat at the dam several years ago.
The Burned Man. Yeah, that's what the other guy mentioned. Who is the Burned Man?
The Burned Man was Caesar's advisor and general when the Legion was originally formed. The Burned Man led us to a disastrous defeat at the dam. On Caesar's orders, the Burned Man was covered in pitch by the Praetorian Guard, lit on fire, and cast into the Grand Canyon. Caesar has forbidden us from ever speaking his true name again. And so we simply refer to him as the Burned Man.
Okay, well, I guess that makes sense. I've noticed that you don't carry a gun, so why is that?
It's a tradition in the Praetorians to specialize in unarmed combat, because weapons can break or jam when needed most. However, our unarmed techniques favor offense over defense. We can charge the enemy and flatten him with our first strike before he can react.
Okay, I see. That seems to be an oddly Luddite tendency, however. I mean, the Romans, the historical Romans, certainly weren't shy of using new inventions and modern technology for their warfare. As a matter of fact, their siege machines and so on were one of the reasons why they were so superior in battle. So it's kind of odd that they would reject modern weapons. I mean, I can kind of see the point that you don't want to be too reliant on them because they can malfunction or you can run out of ammo. But going to the other extreme of not using them at all seems kind of weird and rather un-Roman, I would say. And yeah, I don't have enough unarmed for this option. But I have more general questions, apparently.
I'll answer if I can.
So how did you end up joining the Legion?
When I was a boy, the Legion conquered my tribe. I was chosen for training as a legionary. I fought in many battles for the Legion. Eventually, Caesar chose me to lead his Praetorian Guard. It was a great honor.
Okay, well, I guess that is kinda historically accurate because the Romans did take children from conquered tribes and would raise them in the army and they would become, commanders later. And it usually was like a good idea because then they had these soldiers and leaders that had some knowledge about the cultures they were trying to incorporate into the Roman Empire. Of course, sometimes it did not work. I mean, I have a while ago mentioned Arminius, the Germanic chieftain who defeated the Roman army. He was actually taken to Rome as a child and was raised in Rome and was trained by Rome to be a Roman soldier. But as an adult, he basically changed back to his native site and fought against the Romans with the knowledge that the Romans taught him about Roman warfare and so on. So it doesn't always work out that way. But what happened to the rest of your tribe? I have some idea.
The girls and women were enslaved, and many of the men and boys were also chosen to become legionaries. The rest were killed.
So basically all the Legion does is take the men as legionnaires, take the women as slaves, and kill everyone else. So you basically only have soldiers and slaves and no actual citizens. Okay, interesting. You don't hate the Legion for what it did to your tribe? Well, obviously not. He's a Praetorian Guard, so I guess he has fully adopted to his new lifestyle.
We were savages. The Legion raised us up, made us better than what we were.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
What did you want to talk about?
Okay, apparently I don't have any more questions. I thought there were more.
Very well.
Let's have a quick look at this again.
I'll answer if I can.
Yeah, there's more questions that I still can ask. So what do you think about the NCR?
The NCR Rangers are the biggest threat. Without them, the NCR is nothing.
Well, I'm actually gaining some interesting tactical information here. So they consider the Rangers to be a threat. I've noticed Legionnaires prefer using machetes as weapons. Again, what's up with these Luddite anti-technology tendencies. Again, doesn't seem to be very Roman.
Caesar has taught us that over-reliance on firearms can only weaken us in the long run. It's why we train heavily with our blades and our fists. Unlike an NCR trooper, a legionary is always ready to fight, regardless of the circumstance he finds himself in.
So basically, you're just going into the other extreme by not using these weapons? Again, I'm not sure if this is such a good idea. How did the NCR defeat the Legion at Hoover before? Oh, that's an interesting question.
We had the numbers, but not the tactics. I know. I was there at Boulder City when we were defeated. We relied too much on veteran legionaries for direction and leadership. And the Rangers exploited our weakness by killing our best from afar.
Interesting. Again, doesn't seem to be very Roman because the Roman army was famous for their tactics. But okay.
Very well.
So was this all the question I could ask now?
I'll answer if I can.
There are a lot of tents here. Yes, I've noticed that before. A lot of tents and surprisingly few soldiers.
And just about every one of them is occupied.
Not as far as I can tell.
Not all at the same time, usually. Groups of legionaries come and go all the time.
Okay.
This is also only one camp of many. You might have noticed the other camps down by the river.
Okay, well, so basically you're saying, this isn't all, we have a lot more soldiers somewhere else, and the tents just happen to be empty at the moment. Okay, fair enough.
Very well.
Okay, I think I actually asked everything now.
I'll answer if I can.
Yep, but I mean, this was actually pretty enlightening.
Very well.
Gave me some insights into Legion strategies and tactics. So let's just leave.
Wale.
Anyway, let's have a quick look around here too. Oh, what is that? An autodock. Why is that here? It almost seems out of place. You know, piece of technology. There's barely any other technology in this place anywhere. This is a Mark III autodock, primarily used for routine surgeries. However, the diagnostic scanning unit is burned out, rendering this autodock useless. Okay, so it's technology, but it's broken. And I'm going to assume they don't know how to fix it. Alright. Anyway, it looks like I have exhausted all my options here. So we are going to leave now and check out...
What a load of Brahmin
what the
shit.
hell?
Can you believe that guy?
No. Have you been eavesdropping, Arcade? Because you were not there when I talked to him. Intelligence 8. I don't think either of us can fully understand what he and the tribes have gone through. He's a madman. What did you expect? Who? Caesar? He seemed pretty smart to me. Yeah, I don't know. I don't fully agree with this statement because, I mean, it's a post-apocalyptic wasteland. I'm pretty sure life has been tough for most of the people who lived here. So this sounds a little bit like an excuse for what they do. You know, they had such a tough life and so on. However, it's an intelligence check of 8, which is a pretty high skill check, and I can actually pass it. So I feel I should use it just on that account.
A fair point. But from the perspective of someone west of the Colorado, the man is clearly out of his mind. Maybe he didn't intend for things to wind up this way. But that doesn't mean he needs to perpetuate this bizarre anachronistic myth. And it doesn't mean that we should sit by and nod our heads at every absurd, faux Roman casus belli he can dream up. He's a tyrant. The bad kind. And there's no way we're letting him take Hoover Dam.
I am in full agreement with you,
True
Arcade.
to Caesar.
Anyway, you can probably join me again now.
Lead the way.
And so can you. And yeah, now let's have a look at our updated quest. Demolish Mr. House's bunker under the weather station. Okay, so that's the locked building we've seen earlier. And, where's the quest for Mr. House? I mean, it's over here. Use a platinum chip to open the secret bunker at Fortification Hill. Yeah, I mean, come on, this must be the same thing, right? The bunker. Okay, well, looks like we have to pick a side here soon enough. And it's not even a difficult decision. I may not have any specific love for Mr. House, and I think he's rather shady. But if I have to choose between him and the Legion, it's not even a contest. But anyway, let's check out this place first, and then we see what we can do. So, will you let me get inside now?
None may enter without Caesar's permission.
Well, I happen to have his permission. Okay, I can go inside.
Caesar has permitted your weapons to be returned to you while you serve him.
Okay, well, hand them over.
Caesar has put a lot of trust in you. Be worth it.
And I'm still not sure why he would trust me in the first place. But fair enough. Let me put on a... Why do I suddenly have two 10mm pistols? I'm pretty sure I only had one when I started. What the hell? But okay, let's equip a weapon. And I'm going to assume that my companions have their weapons as well. Yes, I can see Cait and his weapon.
Our way, true to Caesar.
So, let's have a look around here, I suppose. Broken terminal. Primary power source unavailable. Check all cords and plugs for connection. I can't do anything here, I suppose. And that's another broken terminal. So, where exactly am I supposed to use this? Door is activated elsewhere. Oh, okay. This is a console I need to use. Weather station console. The console hums quietly, powered by some unknown source. There is a round slot on the console about the size of a large poker chip. Okay, this is it. Let's use a platinum chip. And there we go. Open sesame. Let's see what's going on here. Lucky 38. Okay. This quite obviously belongs to Mr. House. Open elevator door to Securitron vault. Oh dear, there's radioactivity here. Because of course there is. Well, I do have a few Radaways, not a whole lot. I guess I'll use one anyway, and if necessary, I'm going to put on my spacesuit. Oh, hi! Didn't expect to see you here. But sure, let's talk.
I see you reached your destination safely. Shall we get to work?
Yes. So why exactly did you send me here?
As you know, the Platinum chip upgrades my Securitron's operating software. Well, there's an army of them here.
Okay.
The Securitrons policing the strip are a fraction of the total number manufactured. The rest I stored here. I need you to manually upload the data from the chip to the facility's primary computer. There's a terminal at the other end of this facility. There's a complication. While I can broadcast to this screen, I can't control any of the facility's systems. That means I can't deactivate its security bots, most of which appear to be active according to the status board I'm looking at.
Oh, great. So, you want me to activate your Securitrons? What was it you said about Securitrons? I'm going to do a Caesar ask and blow everything up down here. So what exactly do you want to do with the Securitrons?
My army will do what an army does best. Defend territory from invaders and maintain order.
Okay, well, I guess I can kinda get behind that. I mean, like I said, I still think he's kinda shady, and I'm not sure if I want to follow through with his quest to the end. But I'm going to prefer him over the Legion. So I'm going to go along with his plan here, I suppose. Yeah, what about that security system?
The same equipment failure that prevents me from remotely operating this facility seems to have activated its security robots and turrets.
Great.
There's a security room near the base of the stairs. Perhaps you can deactivate them yourself.
Okay, well, I guess I can have a look at that. So, yeah, I guess I will actually upload the data for you, but only because the alternative, helping the Legion, is significantly worse.
Good. I won't hold you up any longer.
Okay, Mr. House. Thanks for that little chat. Okay, here we go. Status log. Most recent events displayed. Radiation leak. Maintenance bot dispatched. Power surge detected. Maintenance bot non-responsive. Moving to security alert level 1. Protectrons activated. Turrets activated. Sentry bots on standby. Okay. So there was a leak and that's why they activated all these security systems. Oh, hang on a second. There was more I could do here. Turret status active. Protectron status active. Sentry bot status standby. So how
Here we go.
do I disable them? Oh, well, apparently we already have the first security systems trying to kill us. Protectron. Going to take the stuff. Security. Uh-huh. Is this where I can deactivate them? It's a hard terminal. So let's try to hack this. Again, I'm just going to start with the first word. And only one letter is correct. But this is actually not such a bad thing because it helps me to eliminate a lot of words. For example, it can't be this word. It could be this one because it has the I in common. And I'm not seeing any other letters in common, so I guess this might be the proper one. Okay, now we are up to 5 words. So my guess is that it's going to be a word that ends in T-I-O-N. For example, what about this one? It has 5 letters in common with reputation. How many letters does it have in common with conspiring? The I, obviously. And I'm not seeing any others. Okay, there we go. That's the right word. Cancel security alert. Welcome, Mr. House. Yes, let's cancel this. Protectron standing down. Okay, here we go. So we disabled the protectrons. And this is the turret operation. Okay, we can probably disable the turrets too. And this is not quite as difficult. 4 of 8. So I guess we're looking at a word that ends in ing, like this one. Okay, so this has 4 letters in common, the last 3 and the first one, so this could be it. But it's not. Yeah, we have another one over here that would fit the bill. But we have one over here that's basically the same. Striking, the last 3 letters and the first. And however, stealing has the E in common with speeding, so this would have 5 letters in common. Yeah, I don't know. I guess striking would be a good attempt. And there we go. So now we can disable the turrets, right? Yes. Turret reverting to standby mode. And this is the sentry bots, but the sentry bots already were on standby, right? Network connection not found, dummy terminal inactive. Okay, so I can't do anything here. Anyway, it looks like our lives have just become a lot easier because I disabled all the security systems. Ooh, I'm going to take this over here. Plasma grenade. Let's take them all. Pulse grenade. So I guess going into the vault shouldn't be too difficult now. However, the episode is getting pretty long, so I'm going to make a cut here, and we will continue our mission in the next episode. So as usual, thank you for watching, and see you again next time.